Zelina.
Hello, and thank you so much for joining us for your Smackdown post show. I'm so happy to be back. I was off last week. I was at a wedding, so the wonderful Iridian filled in for me. So thankful, especially because the Collision post show is kind of on an off schedule sometimes. So sometimes we deprive you of Iridian, but you got her last week. I'm so excited to be back. I've got my holiday ugly sweater on. We've got Cresta, who is pulling the weight of the Bangs connection here, which I love. Digging the glasses, too. They're giving Alphaba, and I love it. We have so much to talk about, including Cresta. I don't know if you've heard this, but did you know John Cena's retiring?
I mean, you know what's crazy about that? Me being the lead investigator that I am currently investigating John Cena's largest controversies, and no, not him squashing the Nexus. You guys already know what's up with that. You don't need me to beat that dead horse. But I did not know until this very night, because they said it 9,343 times, no less.
There is nobody in wrestling, maybe, at least in WWE, I can say, that deserves a bigger send-off than John Cena, like genuinely. But when we get to Eli Manning, I feel like maybe we've gone a little far with the retirement celebration, but we're going to talk about this and it all. We're going to talk about Cody and Oba Femi. I'm very excited to dig into that. And look, Cresta, we all have off nights, and Zelina Vega maybe didn't have her best in-ring performance in the world. And the chat is hot about that. But if anybody's going to come to Zelina Vega's defense, it is Cresta. So you're going to hear, all right, the chat, I see you being the prosecution. We've got the defense attorney right here.
Raw queen, y'all.
She's not only a investigator, she's a defense attorney of Zelina Vega. But we're going to get into it all. So send in those super chats and humper chats. A quick update on the chat's already like, Cresta, forgive me. I'm so sorry. It was not the best we've seen from Zelina, but she doesn't get a ton of reps. So we're going to talk about it all. Send in those super chats and humper chats at humperchats.com. Subscribe to Fightful Select as well, where we have our debunkathon. And it's a lot of us clarifying information, and some of it is more credible than others, but it's also a lot of just like therapy for Sean. I think like if you're on wrestling Facebook at all, it's the most insane, weird AI, just blatant lies. And Sean, I just think, feels like he's done a good day's work at the end of the day, if he can correct some of it. So we got the debunkathon up there. We've got a ton of stuff on FightfulSelect.com. And this weekend will be as full as ever. Alex Pulaski and I will be reviewing John Cena's last match, and of course the rest of Saturday night's main event. You will have Grapsody back there as well. And all the scoops in the land. There's also early open voting for the Fightful Awards. That is a subscriber privilege. So how that works is pretty cool. We're going to have, you have to be subscribed. You can vote while subscribed on the free tier. But if you're on our paid tier, your votes get weighted more heavily, which is pretty cool. So everybody gets to participate. But if you are like a proper paid subscriber, your vote gets turned up a little bit. But big week on Fightful Select all week. We had the backstage reaction to Bayley's Lodestone camp, which is so cool. Talks about WWE Saturday Night's main event and the presentation, what might happen there. International pay-per-views being confirmed. Our WrestleVotes partnership, they have brought so much already to the table. They laid out a ton of scoops for y'all on their show. They did a bonus show as well. They even re-recorded one of their shows because the audio didn't pick up. So thank you to them. Early access to a Sol Ruca interview, LA Knight, and was he buried or not, and so much more on FightfulSelect.com. But Cresta, we got plenty to talk about not on the paywall, and it's going to continue through this weekend because there is going to be a Collision post show. It's a big episode of Collision. They're wise to air it earlier than the John Cena match, but you and Rick and maybe Iridian are going to be holding that down. Sean will be live solo on this channel. Alex and I will be behind the paywall. Busy weekend here on Fightful, but let's first of all say hi to your cat. Hi, Kitty.
This is a Johnny, and she's going to go into business for herself about.
They do.
She turns up. Mercedes Meow Nay will be in the background. Dun, 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 dun. Meow, 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 meow. Food.
She's like, if you need backup defending Zelina, I'm right here. Okay.
Honestly.
What did you think of SmackDown overall tonight? I am not looking forward to this going 3 hours in January if this is going to be the state of the product, but this is a go home-ish type show. It just feels like right now WWE is kind of in a creative slump. This is not the time of year they're known to be the strongest. I feel like everything kind of resets at Royal Rumble season, so I'm not surprised by this. But what did you kind of think of the show overall tonight?
I want to be one of those edgy guys and say I hated it, but I actually liked SmackDown tonight. I thought overall it was good. The 3-hour threat announcements, please. These are threats. SmackDown tonight was good, but hey yo, 3 hours good. Hey yo, come on. Every time they talk about the fact that they were going to 3 hours, I just hear Akon. As I made the last drop, fucked around, I got locked up.
Yeah, that was announced and made official today. We knew that was coming. I think the reports out there, and they're not reports from us, I don't think. So hold the phone on these until we can get confirmation. But I think it's going to amp up for the bigger season. It sounds like that's going to be running from like early next year, probably into WrestleMania season, and then we'll see where they go from there. I don't like the inconsistency, like pick a lane and stick in it, but if they are going to do 3 hours, at least they're doing it in kind of their hyper-focused season of creative. I can at least appreciate that, but we got some super chats rolling in here. One from Greg Cherry who says, happy Friday. The best looking co-hosts make every SmackDown post show better. Also, I discovered an incredible John Cena fact this week. We'll share away, Greg Cherry. We would love it to know. And Joe Still Life saying, people need to give Zelina a break. She just lost her uncle. I hope she's okay. With 3 hours of SmackDown coming, please book the women more. I did not know that about Zelina. We send our best here, certainly at Fightful, and our condolences. So the one thing that I can say for a 3-hour SmackDown is we did get more women's matches and more tag matches. And I feel like when they shrunk it down to 2 hours, they weren't like, well, let's make sure we keep that. They were like, well, let's make sure that all the fluff and the entrances and all that kind of stuff is still here. So I'm just howling at the chat being like, Cresta, I hate to let you down.
Yo, when it's time for me to defend, I'm going to put my cap on. I'm going to be defense attorney Cresta Star. It's all good. Get your jokes out now. I don't care. I don't get them out now.
The chat being very respectful. I just love that they're like, they know it's personal for you because you're such a Zelina stan, which I love.
Zelina has no fans. I'm dead. I'm dead.
You're number one Zelina fan, and I love that. But let's dig into this episode of SmackDown. We got a recap of last week's issues between Drew and Cody, which kind of sets the stage for tonight, which is very much revolving around Drew's absence, which I don't want to go negative so early in this show, but like, okay, so Oba's going to win and Drew's going to interfere and cost Cody. Like that, it just so blatantly telegraphs it for you. And I don't even know how to fairly say it because it's like, you want things to be sprinkled in. You want consistent storytelling, but the way they spoon feed us sometimes is that's the fun out of it. So I didn't like love that they were like, Nick Aldis is like, man, I was trying to bring Drew back, but he sure didn't help himself. Got like kind of corny with this. But he says he's been trying to reinstate Drew, but Drew's refused all communication. Well, don't get yourself in a situation where you have a 1 year non-compete is all I can say.
Yikes. You ate that. You ate that.
I'm being silly. It's not a report. That's me being a goofball. But backstage, Cody is finding Nick Aldis, who reveals a letter from Drew. Kind of Steve from Blue's Clue style. We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. It's from Drew's lawyer saying that he won't appear in an unsafe working environment. And Cody crumples it and throws it away and heads to the ring. Cody gets on the mic and asks the crowd what they want to talk about, of course. And he focuses pretty squarely on Drew, which made me go, oh, sick. Oba Femi's going to be here. But I like him calling Drew like a half-in champion. He's like, there's a reason he's not here for press. There's a reason he's not champion. And that's because he's half-assing his way through things. I don't think it's fair to say that from like the perspective of how Drew works, but I think it's fair for Cody to say that because when you look at someone who blames every circumstance but themselves, that kind of is half-assing it. Like guys who have a lack of accountability, which I think is the knock on Drew, because everything he says makes sense, right? But like Drew's like, I have never made a mistake or crossed a line in my life. So I think that is analogous with half-assing it. So I like that. And he says, hey, if I were the boss, he'd be fired, but he'll settle for kicking his butt. And that brings Oba Femi out. And if you don't watch NXT, Oba Femi is an unbelievable talent. I think you got a taste of it tonight. But he's very young at wrestling, and he has picked up on every nuance of wrestling at like a record pace, I think, than we've ever seen. Like for someone who didn't do the indie grind, he's like so sure of himself. He has this ability to sell that not a lot of big guys have. I think Rusev has it of like, how do you sell believably as a guy of that size? He's figured all that out. He has passed every test that NXT has thrown at him. And here he says, everybody talks about the future like it's some distant thing. And he's like, not really. It's right here, right now. Knocking on Cody's door right now. And he kind of paraphrases John Cena and says, his time is now. And Cody says, that's cute, but like, let's not forget I'm the guy that took the title from John Cena, and John Cena's the GOAT, right? So they both hold up their titles. We get a nice teaser for tomorrow. Cresta, I don't know how much of a beat you have on NXT, honestly. So I'm intrigued to see your thoughts on Oba Femi, and same with the chat. If you do or don't watch NXT, I would love to know what people thought of what they got out of him tonight.
No, Oba Femi tonight, he came off really strong. I had the pleasure of meeting him, not the last time Netflix was at Madison Square Garden, but the time before that. Cool guy, tall, very intimidating. The look is on it. To go promo for promo, no matter how you feel about Cody, I think Cody's a good talker. He definitely has that preacher-esque. And Oba Femi didn't get lost. He didn't feel like it was a shoo-in that he was going to lose. It didn't feel like it was a shoo-in he was going to win. I feel like he played his part completely. I also want to compliment, and I realize that Smackdown, and I think Raw's also doing this as well. The opening shot just seems to be one continuous shot until the first promo of the show. Sometimes it's a little disjointed, but tonight it was a little disjointed, but it wasn't that bad. Drew McIntyre with the cease and desist, like it's an unsafe work environment, baby. This is WWE. They literally did an ad back in like 2010 or something where they were all in the office. Sheamus was there. They were throwing fax copy machines. What kind of job you thought you were signing up for? Even the Powerpuff Girls took a bump. What are we doing here, Drew? This is the same Drew McIntyre who flew to Australia. No, that was AJ Styles. I'm sorry. But like, you're still a hater. I don't understand what we are doing here. Why would you do that? Also, where's smart Mark Sterling? He's getting his checks. He's getting his checks.
That's right. Okay, so I like this. Kara said, don't watch NXT, was impressed by this Oba Femi guy. So he's really, really special, and I'm encouraged because I feel like WWE knows what they have in him.
Mhm.
And there's a few reasons why that is. I will say, I know that perhaps Alex Pulowski and I are an acquired taste on Tuesday nights. We are very weird, and it is called Sour Graps for a reason. We have a ton of fun, but like it's not for everybody review-wise. But one thing that is consistently incredibly rewarding about reviewing NXT, and one thing that I know is something shared that we loved, is like being able to see talent develop and grow in front of your eyes is just
Yeah.
like a special thing. And Alex, before anyone, and I mean anyone, was on it with Obafemi, because before Obafemi went on this run, there was a vignette where he shot put, I'm not kidding, he shot put a couch. And he had, I think, like a couple of matches, and then they pulled him off TV, and we were like, where did the guy that shot put the couches go?
Bring back
Why
the
would you
strong
take
guy.
that guy off my TV? But I think what they were doing was making sure this guy was up to speed, because they have something really special in him. His North American title run was great. His world title run was great. And they've been very wise about the way that they've used him. And by that, I mean, they've put him in triple threat situations with various combinations of guys. They put him in there with smaller athletic guys. They put him in there with big guys that can keep up in the same way. And you just see him continually passing all these tests, and it's really encouraging because he's very young at this. And on top of that, like, he's so self-assured of who he is as a wrestler in a way that I think is extremely rare across the board, never mind only a few years into doing this.
Agreed.
And the other encouraging thing with WWE seeing this, he seems to be booked very similarly to Gunther, in that, like, usually if he's not a champion or chasing a title or like in a title picture, he's not on TV. So I think when you have characters like him and you have characters like Gunther, it's so important that they keep their mystique about them by doing things like that. Like there are certain characters that don't need that, right? Like the Y&6 never need to really be near titles. They can do it like they're doing now, but like there are certain guys when they're world beaters like this that need to be very carefully and intentionally booked. And I just really, really hope, and it makes me really, really nervous, that continues over to the main roster, because they've actually been killing it in NXT on that. So he is that guy. I've also felt that a lot about a couple other people. I think if you watched NXT, you said Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker were the next generation. Half of that's been true. So I really hope that what Shawn Michaels so obviously sees in him is something that Triple H obviously sees in him too, because he is, people say generational talent so much.
Yeah.
But he is like an anomaly. He's an anomaly. So I'm glad that people like what they got tonight, because I felt like it was a good representation of who he is, but I also have an incredible amount of evidence that backs up what he said tonight. Like, I've been following NXT. I've seen him from his debut to this point. So it is fun when you see NXT talent show up like this. You feel like a proud parent because you've seen them grow so much.
Like, you go ahead, baby. You
go him. Well, and what's cool is, like, he's not super face and he's not super heel. He's just there to be a champion. Yeah, and it's not even like character development tweener. He's just there because he's a god. Like, he's just there to be a world beater. So I'm really glad. I think Cody's a great opponent for him, because I think Cody selling as an underdog is about as good as like anyone in ring wise. Like, I think this context for Cody is the best storytelling Cody does, and I think he's a really, really good in-ring storyteller. So I'm looking forward to this match.
He reminds me of Jericho back in the day, because Jericho was really good at building people up, talking crap about them, and then would sell like you're beating the ever-living crap out of Jericho. And to your point about Obafemi, I think that, let's say, WWE looking forward, Brock Lesnar's not going to be around forever. And right now, you only have a few big guys. you've got an Oba Femi, you've got a Braun Breaker, you've got a Bronson Reed. Sorry, you had the other Braun Strowman, but these are really big guys that you could rotate out. So there's never like, oh, God damn it, it's Brock Lesnar. I mean, don't get me wrong, when that music hits, every time I'm like, God damn it, it's Brock Lesnar. But it'd be nice to have a terror wheel that you could spin and not just be Rhea Ripley. Like, oh, God damn it, it's Rhea Ripley.
I love that. I love that. You're right. Your meat division is thriving, so we love to see that. But Meet Orva says, hello, lovelies. May Gabagool be with you both. Shall we crank, darlings? I skipped a date for the New Day turn. Now I'm skipping Saturday night's main event for a Festivus party. It is quite the time of year to pull this off. It's tricky. It's tricky. But you know what? Saturday night's main event. It's like, where do I tune in for things anymore, right? Peacock, ESPN, Netflix. I tune into Netflix because I've got NordVPN, baby. A lot of people are going to want to catch this very iconic moment, even if you're not a hardcore WWE fan, even if you're not like a John Cena stan. This has been something that's more monumental, and there's a really effective way to watch this, and you don't have to subscribe to 87 different things. You just take a little trip to Canada using NordVPN.
If you're a wrestling fan and you're not using NordVPN, what are you doing? WWE content in its own, all with one Netflix subscription, thanks to NordVPN.com/Fightful. Right now, in order to watch Raw, SmackDown, NXT, PLEs, you need Netflix, you need CW Network, you need USA, you need Peacock for Saturday night's main event and ESPN Unlimited, or you get NordVPN.com/Fightful. Download the app. It's very easy. Pay the basic tier, just $2.98 a month it averages out to, and you can access all that WWE content with one Netflix account. Just change your virtual location, and you are set. It is a must-have for wrestling fans, especially as money gets tighter, and especially as you got to go everywhere to get wrestling content. Head over to NordVPN.com/Fightful because it's not just that feature. There's so many more that you can check out over at NordVPN.com/Fightful. We've had hundreds, if not thousands, of wonderful users report back about their great viewing experience here. NordVPN.com/Fightful.
The go for real. NordVPN. They have been such a great partner to us, and this year, this blessed year of 2025, we have heard more about and from everybody, like about what Nord has done for them as far as saving money. And I'm a user. I'm very, very happy to have it. I'm so sick of logging into 84 different things. I like to watch my NFL games and be in markets all the time. So can't say enough about NordVPN. Also, very thankful to them for being a present sponsor of the Fightful Awards. We are almost sold out of categories. I'm very happy and proud about that because this is a tough year for a lot of people, and it means a lot to me and to Sean and everyone here that you would spend your hard-earned money on being associated with us. We take that responsibility very seriously, and we will maximize your dollar to the best of our ability. But there are some remaining categories. You can email me at kate@fightful.com for any details that you want. But it's actually made me kind of emotional as we've been coming down the stretch of it, because like this of any year has been like the most that we've heard economically has been so difficult for people. And it's tough to part with your money, man.
Yeah.
It's tough to part with your money. I've experienced it myself. A lot of people have. And the fact that people still want to throw their support around us, like it genuinely means so much. And it's so many creators that have gotten in on the sponsorship game with us for the award. So thank you so much. I will also say that the Beacon mic that I'm using right now is Beacon will be sponsoring us too. So we're so thankful that like creators and creative supporting brands are in the mix. So if you want to, hit me up, kate@fightful.com. Some more chats coming our way. Will Chisholm saying that Cody and Oba face-off felt like a Mania main event. That man Oba, no bread, no water, just meat.
Gout.
Yeah, like there's so much of like Mark Henry's out here saying we gotta wait 15 years for Javon Evans to be a main eventer. Like there are certain guys that you can do that with. Like Javon is someone that he's gonna be over no matter what he does because just his in-ring style and his personality.
He got charisma oozing out the pores.
He's so likable. Like I watched him on NXT. In the booking there is often quite silly, to be honest. But like you can't help but get behind the guy. They put him on commentary a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, I just love this kid. Oba is different. Like you have to be intentional with how you book a character like that. So I hope that they do because you don't want to take something like that for granted with a character like that.
Agreed.
Joe Compton saying, any advice from the lovely ladies of Fightful for a first-time Squared Circle Expo attendee? I'm going to my first one in March. I'm super stoked. I've heard wonderful things about it. Sean usually goes to those, so he would probably be the guy to ask, but you are a connoisseur of conventions, a conventions connoisseur.
Yes, God.
I always just say like, whatever, like, you're going there for, make sure you plan around it. Like if there's someone you want, if there's a signing you want to get in on, if there's a whatever, like make sure you pick your times and latch onto those so that you get the things that you want and you don't get stuck in lines that are too long or inundated with other stuff. But you're the woman to ask for this, I feel like.
I mean, what you said is solid advice, but I will say there are 5 things actually that you must have.
Ooh.
A backpack
of stuff. Here we go.
5 things. A backpack that you can put your merch in. That's not going to be crazy. That's going to have like a soft thing on your shoulders. A water bottle, because drinks at a con are always expensive. There's always a water station. You can fill up your water bottle. A charging bank, because your phone is going to die. It is going to die. Like Kate said, plan around your activities. If you want to get a signing from someone like Rhea Ripley or not Owen Hart, Bret Hart, you know those lines are going to be around the corner and up your butt, quite literally. So if it's at 4:00, be online to start signing at 3:15. I know that sounds irritating, but unless it's a ticketed one, you're going to be waiting. The last thing I will say, wear comfortable shoes. It's going to be a lot of walking, a lot of standing around. You're going to want to buy merch and all that's going to be heavy on your back, even with a comfortable backpack. So please wear comfortable shoes. If you take those 5 things with you, you'll be all right for the most. Oh, and money. Because if you ain't got no money, keep your broke home, okay?
Wow, all right. Man, Cresta just coming in like, I have this on lock. I love it. I love it. Good stuff. Good stuff. I feel like I talked about Oba Femi for a long time, Cresta. Is there anything else? Is there anything else that you wanted to say about this segment? I kind of railroaded it.
I will say the only thing that stuck out to me is when Cody said, let's talk about how I nearly snatched Drew Ball. And all I could think of was, who the hell said it was open mic night, bitch? I could tell Brandy was writing this promo, and I popped.
I love it. I love it. We have Meet Normus saying Oba Meaty is the only thing left for me to care about in the Fed. See, Meet Normus is like meat recognized meat. You know what I mean? Like he's there for it. But you know what a lot of people are saying is that Oba Femi just has the aura. You know what I'm saying?
He does. Him, Ricky Saints, Javon Evans, a lot of them just have that thing where it's like, if you can't wrestle, that would be a shame. That would be a shame. Oh, you just do a 1-2 step. Come on.
That's a great way to frame it with Aura. Because auraframes.com is where to go for the Christmas gift that you need in your life. Aura Frames is sincerely a fantastic Christmas gift to get a loved one in your life. It is a digital picture frame, and what's so great about it is you don't have to think about a thing, but it's an extremely personal gift. You can send it preloaded with all of the digital assets that you want, photos and videos. You can upload them ahead of time. It comes in a gift box, so you don't even have to worry about that aspect. And you can update those photos and videos anytime as long as you are logged on to Wi-Fi and using the app. And for a limited time, you can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off of Aura's best-selling Carver mat frames, named #1 by Wirecutter. It's not just us saying it. Wirecutter saying it too by using the code FIGHTFUL at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code FIGHTFUL. This deal is exclusive to listeners, and frames sell out fast, so order yours to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. I will say, like, our sponsors save you some cash here. $35 is a decent chunk of change off here. So I'm just saying, if you want a gift that is personalized, but that you don't have to put, if you're not like, I want something personal, but DIY ain't me. I'm not here to bake. I'm not here to craft, but I want something that's sentimental and heartstrings pulling. $35 off at Aura Frames with the code FIGHTFUL. We got Nord saving you a bunch of money. We got Aura Frames saving you a bunch of money. We're watching out for your wallets. We're watching out for your wallets here at FIGHTFUL.
We're pocket watching.
That's right. That's right. Well, some good stuff there. Let's keep it moving along.
Speaking of DIY.
Yeah. You know what? If you can't DIY, you're going to want to get your Aura frame so that you can still deliver something sentimental. But speaking of DIY, you got Ilja Dragunov finding Fraxium tonight, who offers to keep DIY out of the U.S. title match, and Ilja refuses, saying that he carries the title with honor and that he's going to teach Tommaso Ciampa a lesson for disrespecting it. And pain is our entertainment tonight, Cresta. I love that line. That's become like a little catchphrase of his. And I am entertained.
Sports.
We get Ilja and Ciampa in this match. This was brutal. This is the Ciampa I want to see. This was so physical. Such heavy striking and chopping. These elbow exchanges. I love Ciampa just zeroed in on Ilja's knee, just repeatedly attacking it, driving it into the ring steps and all these things. You got Gargano coming in with Candice LeRae late in the match to interfere. You got Gargano distracting the referee while Candice pulls Ilja off the apron. Ciampa hitting that running knee, but Ilja kicking out. Ciampa going for the fairy tale ending, but Ilja countering into that Rana pin for the win. These U.S. Open challenges have been the glue holding SmackDown together since Sammy started doing them months ago. Like, they have been consistently like 12 to 20 minutes. This one went about 17 minutes of just really, really, really good wrestling. I know that you're a Johnny Gargano hater in just a very real way, a very sincere way. But what did you think of this U.S. title match tonight?
The way I wanted to hate this match and the way that this match was so good. Ah, God, they got me, gal. They got me, gal. Let me tell you something. When we are being treated to good wrestling from AEW, and then when WWE decides that they're like, we've got Kyle Fletcher over here too, pal. His name is Ilja Dragunov. And you know, sometimes we let Tommaso Ciampa actually wrestle. And tonight was going to be one of those nights. I was like, all right, I guess. I was quite sports entertained. I hate that I was sports entertained. I be wanting to be a hater for real, but I can't be. This man, I have nothing bad to say about this. Ilja breaking his nose, and I believed this happened. This probably didn't happen. In my mind, he said, I hear no damn bell. Like,
yeah, no joke.
Bloody nose and this match was really, really good. From Ciampa throwing this man into the steel steps to the chest chop explosion that they said it was something else, but I call it the Eddie Kingston chop. So he just let you have it in a corner.
Machine gun chops.
When they're slapping each other in the middle of the ring with Ilja Dragunov's nose is full of blood. I was sports entertained. If anything, I was a little sports disappointed that DIY came out, but I knew that was going to happen. It's a DIY match. Even when they tried to be good, they're bad guys. They can't help themselves. They like to cheat. They like to cheat. Surprised that Carmelo Hayes came out because I thought Fraxium, once the bell rang, like, I can't wait to choke these guys. But I hate to be that guy, Candice LeRae. You falling down the Rhea Ripley route. You're becoming a problem. Somebody's gonna have to hurt you. I don't know who, but you're becoming a problem. Like Rhea Ripley in the Judgment Day to begin, like, yo, I like you, but you're becoming a problem. Why are you always getting involved in men's business? But if somebody hits you, here comes your husband. My wife. Tell your wife to stay in the back. Not to say women can't be in the front, but tell her to stay in the back. I don't know. Somebody's gonna have to talk to her. Someone's gonna have to talk to Miss Candice LeRae.
She's causing quite a bit of mischief. You're not wrong about that.
You
are right though. We do have this DIY attack of Ilja post match until Carmelo Hayes runs in, which was surprising. He super kicks Ciampa and clotheslines Gargano, helping Dragunov back up. I don't understand the refusal to give Carmelo Hayes his own storyline that rests on his shoulders when he has proven time and time again that he is capable of carrying something. Like, to the extent that they will let him. If they just give him a promo, he takes that inch and makes it a mile.
And he can really wrestle. We're here. We are here on that. And it's one of those things where it's like, him and LA Knight are always those people, the fans, like, we want that. They're like, oh, no. Because I'm like, you paired him with The Miz for a reason. The Miz has that same aura where it's like, if you give me the mic, I'm going to yap your ear off and it's going to be good. Carmelo Hayes can really, 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 really wrestle. Even if it's not for a title, what are we doing? You're about to go to 3 hours. So, yeah. hey, there's got to be something for him to do and not Austin Theory. Don't piss me off. Don't turn me into Jeff Jarrett. Don't piss me off. I swear to God.
Oh, man. I'm not ever going to be like, you shouldn't put Carmelo Hayes and Ilja Dragunov on the same side of things. That's a bad idea. I'm not mad about that. I just feel like they've missed the mark on the appropriate usage of Carmelo time and time again. Now, because he came in and saved him, maybe Carmelo gets a respect title shot off of that, which would be cool. I'm not mad about that at all. But what I am saying is, like, they won't let him sink or swim.
Yeah.
And they had no reason to believe he wouldn't swim. Like, he's great in the ring. He has an incredible presence about him, dare I say, an aura. He promos really authentically. So, like, I don't understand what the hesitation is. I don't work there, so that's a bit. But, like, I don't understand what we're waiting for.
What you waiting? I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize. We're having fun out here today. I missed you last week.
Heck yeah, this is a party. Wrestling is supposed to be fun. Let's laugh.
Cresta, I brought a holiday sweater. You think I'm not here to dance a little and have a good time? I mean, come on.
Next week, I got you. I do have an ugly holiday sweater that I tried to turn pretty, and now the sides are all frayed, so we're going to do it.
Even better. Oh, let's go. Ugly sweater made uglier.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's saying ugly sweater season. That's what they're saying.
Ugly sweater. Yeah.
Yeah, dummy. Ugly sweater. We got a backstage interview with Kathy Kelly interviewing Javon Evans. Like, how do you not just like love Javon Evans, man? Like, he's just like, you're just like, I love, as soon as he's on screen, I'm like, I love him.
He's little bro energy, but like chaotic little bro energy. Like, yo, you go ahead, young man.
Not like someone that you need little bro, like literally your little brother.
Your little brother.
So
like,
great.
Not little bro, but like your literal little brother.
Infectious. But the Miz interrupts, complains about not being booked for Cena's last show. Javon Evans mocks the Miz for failing to reach the Cena tournament final, which leads to a match that gets set later in the night. Let's talk about it now, though.
Because I want to talk about him calling him Unk. And then the Miz saying, don't call me Unk. And then he called him Uncle, which was somehow worse.
Right? You're like, oh, I should have stuck with the abbreviation because damn.
I don't know. I'd rather be Unc Cresta than Uncle Cresta. First of all, wow. Second of all, I don't want to be an uncle. I want to be cool. I want to be an uncle like Eddie Kingston. I don't want to be an uncle like AJ Styles.
You go, first of all, wow.
Wow.
Wow. We get the Miz trying to work Javon Evans' arm and being in control early here, but like, oh, please. Like what? Working the arm is going to control Javon Evans and keep him on the ground? Absolutely not. We get high flying offense. We get a red dot kick and a moonsault attempt. We get the Miz hitting the proto bomb in the 5-knuckle shuffle, which was cute. But Evans avoids a skull crushing finale, counters with an AA attempt, which I thought was great. And then hits the OG cutter for the win. Javon Evans. I'm going to hold WWE's hand while I say this. Javon Evans is incredibly over, and a large part of it is because of his wrestling. Now, I know WWE hates it when people get over with their wrestling.
How dare
because
you?
they're really weird sometimes, okay? But let this kid wrestle, please. Like, they've done a good job. I joke, but they've done a really good job of it so far of being like, the thing that gets this kid over is his wrestling. It's also the thing that gets Julia over, by the by. But this match
gun out.
Oh my gosh, it sometimes I say this a lot, Cresta. There are some people that I look at in this industry, and it's not WWE specific. This is everywhere. Where I go, if I had them on my roster, I would simply choose to make $1 million with them.
Honestly, truly, I would simply choose to make. I would simply choose to make everyone a lot of money.
I would simply choose to make $1 million with them. Julia is one of them. I think she's one of the most not only beautiful, but like unique, like distinct looking beautiful women I've ever seen, because she's like Japanese and Italian. And has this like incredible presence and look to her. She just let her wrestle, but I don't know. What do you think of the match we got here? I thought this was productive in doing what it was set out to do, right? This gives the Miz something to be stewing about for a little bit. Maybe he comes into play for Javon's match tomorrow. I hope not, because I feel like it's going to be an interference heavy show anyway. But what did you think of what we got from the match itself?
Now I get to be a hater. Yes.
Yeah, let's go. Hater Cresta.
The Miz took too much of this match for my liking, for my taste. Listen, like you said, Javon Evans, first time me watching this man wrestle, only seen snippets of him and Leon Slater, and Gravity hate to see those two coming. Put it like that. Gravity hate to see Ricochet, Gravity, Javon Evans, and Leon Slater coming. They hate that. Amazing Red too. I'm gonna sprinkle him in there. He hate to see them coming. That being said, when there was a move where he came off, I don't even know how to describe it. You know how some people get to the corner and they slide out and then they come back in? He did that, but on the top rope, where he bounced off one top rope, went to the other top rope, did like a corkscrew, and did it. This boy doesn't even know what gravity is. He doesn't know what self-preservation is.
He can't even spell gravity. Like, it's not in his vocab. It's crazy. It's crazy what this guy can do.
This match was so good, but somebody said it in chat, and I think you also said it too. I do not want Javon Evans sucked up in that Miz vortex. Bro, we're going to get my balls are massive again, and I cannot stress how much I don't care. To quote Run the Jewels, I do not work for free. I am barely giving a fuck away. I don't care. I don't want to watch that. I don't. That's not fair. There's something else for the Miz to do. And we could have Javon Evans do with whatever. Javon Evans versus Axiom. I need that in my veins. I need that crack. Come on now. I don't want to see the Miz respectfully to the Miz, but also sports disrespectfully. What you going to do when that man's doing 750 spins and you just looking in the air like, Stop it.
Well, we saw how incredibly effective the program with Carmella was, so trying to run it back.
You are right. So Javon Evans and Carmelo Hayes could start a support group. Have you been wronged by the Miz? Has the Miz stopped your career? Have you also been victim to the Miz career vortex? Well, we're starting a support group in catering. Myself and Damatunde will be back there giving out jackets. Miz, don't fight me. I cannot fight. And even worse, please don't send your wife after me, because I know she can fight and I cannot.
Listen, everything from the RTJ reference to now has been pretty spot on. I do feel like this was probably more of a one-off just to get Javon on the show to get people hyped for tomorrow, but I agree. I do not need a full Ms. Javon program in the slightest. Him and Leon Slater are super, super, super fun to watch. So I'm looking forward to that match on Saturday night's main event as well. Let's dive back into this episode of SmackDown. Get in those super chats and humper chats. This is a regular chat, but people are here for the kitty cat. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know where she went, and when the cats are too quiet, that means they're plotting something.
Something's up. Something's up. Greg Cherry also chiming in that he can't share his fun John Cena fact until tomorrow, but there's a good reason for it. So there you go. There you go. Noise 2504 saying, I want to see Javon Evans, Leon Slater, Gen Z Hardys versus Fraxium versus Lucha Bros in a TLC match. Okay, now see.
The Lucha Bros don't work for WWE. You have Penta and Phoenix.
But like, let Noise cook. Like, let's give him the pencil here because my God, like, I want to see this match too. Give me this.
Kate is like, take this.
Please.
Funny story about. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say you can have this marker because I that's how permanently I want it written in. Like I don't even want it to be a pencil.
Funny story about Leon Slater. There was a match in TLC. I think it was the Ultimate X for the X Division champion. He didn't win it, but he did some crazy spot off one of the Tress. Damn near bounced off his head. And word on the street is AJ Francis was to go check him and said, "Yo, you good?" And he looked at him and said, "I'm a Hardy." I'm a Hardy boy. So he really is a Hardy boy. That's a Hardy boy.
I love it. He is someone that I'm very worried is just going to get poached from TNA by WWE next year because I think his contract is up next year.
Leon Slater is not. I love TNA, but.
Greg Cherry saying that we could buy out his fact. We're the money collectors around here, Greg. Okay, we're not. Here's the thing: you can tell us that fact, but it needs to be enough so that we can get subscriptions out of it. So we'll pay you, but you got to pay the piper. You know what I'm saying? Like we got some business dealings to do. Well. Let's dig into what should we dig into next? Obviously, we need to save the main event for the main event because you've got some chatting to do. Let's talk about this Wyatt 6 video following with Uncle Howdy declaring that they are in fact at SmackDown. They appear in the ring. Uncle Howdy calls out Solo Sikoa and says that Solo is a user who abandoned his real family. And that his bloodline B team, Bo Dallas, doesn't run SmackDown. Howdy challenges Solo for the tag titles. They lay them out. We get Solo's music hitting, but we get a pre-recorded message. And Solo says that he still calls the shots and promises the bloodline will come for the titles next week. And he warns Howdy to hand them over or run. No fault of the performers of the Wyatt 6. This feels cold as ice to me. Like I just don't feel the crowd didn't feel like they were into it. I can't. There are some things that just don't. Like you look at it and you're like, on paper it makes sense. Like there's nothing about this that doesn't make sense. It's fundamentally sound wrestling, creative, and booking. Nobody gives a shit. So yeah. It's not like Solo's promos have been good. Uncle Howdy's promo was perfectly fine. I think maybe the Wyatt 6 having the tag titles in general is kind of not the way to go here. Because it doesn't feel like they're using the tag titles to bait people into getting them into their machine. Which I think if these guys are going to have the tag titles, that's how they have to act. Like, it's to bait them getting into matches. They kind of just stand in the background of scenes and then cut a promo. Like there's not a lot of like the intimidation factor is gone because they're not really homicidal anymore. Also, let Nikki Cross wrestle. She was the most interesting part of this act. I don't know why she doesn't get to wrestle. It's annoying to me. So I don't know what they have to do to heat this up. I hate giving criticisms when I can't give like alternatives or identify it. Because it makes sense on paper. It just I didn't feel like anyone in the arena cared. I don't particularly have an emotional investment in it, and I don't think anybody's doing anything wrong here. So Cresta, help me out. What's going on with this feud?
I agree with everything you said. And when I get sports confused like this, I try to take myself out of it and try to figure out what's going on, right? I think the real issue is that the mystique that the Wyatt Six had, WWE somehow has managed to make the Wyatt Six seem less than a comedy act, which is what the MFTs, even though they want to be serious, the MFTs are a comedy act. They are unintentionally funny. That's funny. Come on, dog. Solo Sikoa going, that's funny.
Now sarcastic Solo rules. Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic, but it's not the bloodline. It's the joke line. It's the class clowns, but this is not the bloodline. That being said, the mystique that the Wyatt Six had is gone. With or without Bray, there is something that is missing. And then you keep them off TV like they're supposed to be for a special occasion. But when they are there, if you treat them like a special occasion, you got to treat them like Roman and Brock. I'm coming in, I'm wrecking, and I'm leaving. But that is not what you're doing. You're letting people get shots off. You're letting them be seen as fallible. Like if it is, it is. But then they need to be on TV more every week. Maybe Bo isn't the only person who needs to speak. Maybe other people need to do something. There is something that isn't a connect. Like you said, on paper, the MFTs is one of the hottest groups, and the Wyatt Six is still a hot group. But you can't keep them special and then not treat them special. And then you can't build, you have to build the MFTs as a comedy act, because truly, honestly speaking, there's something about that whole Samoan line. They're just funny. They're funny. They are funny. And they thrive when they get to be clowns. And I mean that very respectfully. Jay thrives. Jimmy thrives. Even Roman a little bit with... Kate said, I hate this show. And I'm out of here. Kate will be back. So I will finish up my thought really quick. Like, I do think that there needs to be something else, a little bit more meat on the bone for the Wyatt Six. And yeah, guys, Caitlin, Jesus, that's not even her name. Kate had some technical difficulties. She will be right back. Yes, the Wyatt Six took Kate's internet. Uncle Howdy said, Rick will wrestle when I want them to wrestle. Okay. Cresta heel turn. Great. I'm ready to heel turn. Let's go. And Kate's back. So heel turn's over. Heel turn is over.
Hello? Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
I can hear you now. They got you, gal.
Oh my gosh. The Wyatt Six just came in and ruined my internet for a second. I don't know what happened.
I went into business for myself and I told them the truth.
I knew it. Cresta was like, I know what the issue is. And then they were like, we're not allowing this. These two
can't be new internet button. I would like to talk about now.
Let me pull my notes back up. I'm so disoriented now because the Wyatt Six came after me. Damn. Rude.
You are lagging OD, Kate.
Am I still here? Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. They got Kate, gal. Are you here?
Am I here now? Am I good?
Yeah.
Am I
here? Yes.
Am I here?
Yes.
Rock and roll? Oh my gosh. Sorry, that got scary. I've been haunted. I just want to get my notes back up. I'm scared to touch anything now. Where did my notes go? No notes for me.
I write my notes. My hand.
Smart girl. I used to do that. No joke. There was a time when handwritten notes were my go-to, but then I got lazy. And now I'm paying for it. Am I still on a delay? Damn.
I hope. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. I think maybe we're a little bit ahead of the chat. We're gonna plow through.
Refresh your stream. Refresh your stream, chat.
Yeah, it's your fault now. You people are
not the
breaking
you
my
people
internet.
promo.
Oh, I'm cutting one. No, I think we're good now. I think I was just see, I'm good. See? I'm good. Says Vicious, who was a little vicious about Zelina, which we're going to talk about in a second. But before we get to that, we have Charlotte Flair pumping Alexa Bliss up for her match backstage. Rhea interrupting to remind them that she and Io are next in line for those tag titles. And Bliss saying that she and Charlotte aren't going to step aside for anyone. So some nice continuity there. I do feel like they've put a lot of star power behind the tag division. And that is something that was desperately needed. I hope the booking follows suit, because let's not forget, Jade and Bianca held those titles and they still didn't care about them. So
True.
Let's make sure that if we're putting people like the Kabuki Warriors and Rhea and Io and Charlotte Flair and Alexa, like those are some top stars in this division. And I'm glad to see them in the mix because it automatically makes them feel more important. I just hope that the booking follows. But we got Lash Legend beating Alexa in 3 minutes and 30 seconds here. I'm interested to see what you think of this, because a lot of people were saying, like, you just squashed Alexa Bliss. What the heck are you doing? Which I understand. But I also interpreted the story of this match a little different. I think if Lash Legend is going to win, it's going to be quick and powerful. And I don't think it's like that she squashed Alexa as much as Alexa got caught in the wrong move. Like, to me, that's what the story was. Because Alexa was like quick movement early in this and Lash overpowering her. I guess I can see how people would see it as a squash. But to me, it felt like she got caught in the Lash extension. And if you get caught in that, it's going to make bad news for you on the roster. So it's tough because I understand why people feel like it's a squash, because essentially it was. But I feel like it's more them just trying to establish Lash as a megastar. Did you feel like this did more damage to Alexa than good to Lash, or did you kind of feel like I did of like, no, they're just trying to give Lash some like really important establishments here?
I am an ancient Alexa Bliss hater.
An ancient Alexa Bliss hater.
Because it's not cool to hate her no more. So, you know. I used to hate it when she had her talk show with her little cup with Lacey Evans. I was a big Alexa Bliss hater. So it's not cool to hate her no more. So I'm an ancient Alexa Bliss hater. That being said, I don't think this was a squash. I totally agree with you. If we're going to have, we all know Nia Jax is going to sit on you. We got to see what Lash Legend is going to do. And this to me was very much David and Goliath, Rey Mysterio, and The Big Show. Alexa Bliss in her own right, and even in the promo before this, was like, you got more experience than her. You know what you're going through. I don't think this will affect Alexa in the long run. Alexa right now, her and Charlotte, their star power is locked in. These girls right now are doing charity work. And I think this is fine, because if it was Lash Legend versus Charlotte, hell nah. So I can understand that being upset, but I don't think it takes away from Alexa's stock or anything like that. I would like to believe that Alexa was distracted by Charlotte's jorts, because Charlotte always had that shit on. But tonight, what are these jorts? Maybe it was a John Cena tribute, so I'll give you that. But Charlotte has been looking like a DLC character change clothes for a fighting game character. She's been looking great. I hated these jorts, but I'll allow it because it's John Cena. These jorts with those pumps, get it. You should have wore a boot for all of that, so you get big boot. Nia Jax. But that's my only real complaint. My only complaint is the jorts. I don't have any other complaints. This match is fine.
You're like, I'm good with the match. The fashion, not so much. So much.
Jorts?
Greg saying this is his favorite Charlotte run so far.
I kind of live for this Charlotte run because, like, okay, kayfabe hating her, sure. But when people were really just giving it to her, like, hey, yo, all right. I went to business for myself, and now I'm a Charlotte fan. I used to be a Charlotte hater too, but I don't like real life bullies. So I'm going to stand up for the person being bullied. Sorry.
Sure. No, I think Charlotte even mentioned this like in SummerSlam press. I had asked her about like this newfound vulnerability that her character had. And what I really liked was she had said, like, previously she was so locked into being the queen, being unbeatable,
Mhm.
being champion a bunch. If she wasn't champion, she was in contendership. And she kind of said like that this run to her was about um letting people see the woman behind what made all of that. And you could tell like there was some real truth to it because this was kind of right after that Players Tribune article came out.
Yeah.
And you could see like the character drew from something very real that was locked with her. And she had also said like this was not a plan. This was not like Alexa and Charlotte was the plan. Like this is
They have
something that
good
kind of came
chemistry.
together and was fun and it wasn't on her bingo card, she said a couple of times. But like it's refreshing to see her have a face run that has some gusto behind it. Some gusto.
Yes.
Because it's
Like a legit face run without people saying, oh, this, that, and the third. I think this is great. This is the kindest she's ever looked and been. Like, just overall, like, this little big sister thing, because don't mess with Alexa, because she's going to get her big sister, and her big sister's really mean.
Yeah, like, it's, I like that there's, I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. There's shades, obviously, of the Charlotte that we've known. Like, it's definitely an evolution from her because, like, they playfully make jabs at it in ways on screen.
Yeah.
But, like, this feels like such a refreshing departure from, like, I don't want to say she was one-dimensional because she was always in there doing stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, there's depth to this that we haven't gotten before because, like, dominant Charlotte didn't have the capacity and breathing room for this, and I really like it. I really like it. It's nice to see.
You know who she is?
Who is she?
She's Regina George after she got hit by a bus and has the back brace on. She's learned
You
humility.
said this before, and I like it.
She's
like
got
the
humility.
comparison.
She had to break her back. She had to break her back. Like, hey, oh,
Back. I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that. Well, I'll tell you what else I'm not mad about. Our friends at MyBookie AG giving you odds for Saturday night's main event. We've got a few that, you know, if you're a gambling man or woman, John Cena is a betting favorite. I don't think that's a super, super, super obvious one. Cody Rhodes is favorited over Femi. Last we had on odds. I think it's very possible that Oba wins with interference from Drew, costing Cody. So Ruka is a betting favorite. I think it's possible Bailey could win, but I would probably go with Sol on that as well. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee are favored to retain against Leon Slater and Javon Evans. I think that's probably a fair bet, but there's some that you could play with. I don't know if there's overwhelmingly any one direction that something could go, but I don't think everything's super clear. I would actually think that Obafemi beats Cody, especially after what we got tonight. But there's a lot of reasons that you would want to bet at MyBookie AG, and why listen to me about it when Sean Ross Sapp could tell you all about it right now?
At MyBookie AG, they say that you can bet on anything, anytime, anywhere. And they mean it. NBA, NHL, NFL, Major League Baseball, UFC, pro wrestling. But that's not it. Motorsports, golf, tennis, darts, cycling, cricket, handball, floorball, rugby, snooker, volleyball, table tennis, cycling. Yeah, you can bet on it at MyBookie AG. They got the best support system in the business. We only want you to bet what you can, and please bet responsibly. But go take advantage of being able to bet on anything, anytime, anywhere. They got live esports. They got racing. They got everything at MyBookie AG. And right now, get a $50 bonus when you deposit $100 or a $100 bonus when you deposit $200. You can bet with Bitcoin and play their great casino games as well. MyBookie AG.
Chat is saying they'd rather hear me talk about betting odds.
Why does everyone?
So what we're
hate
going to
Sean?
do is we're just going to pull that up on screen and screenshot it That's all. Sometimes I like to send Sean stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, people loving me, people hating on him. I just want him to know what's going on his own channel. You know what I'm saying?
I did send him a couple of DMs when people were like, let Jeremy and Cresta. I did send Sean a few DMs like, hey, boss, hey, listen, hey.
This is how you know that Cresta is so special, is Jeremy is not on the post-show circuit. He retired from the show, which is how I got brought into Fightful. And he is not like, you know what I want to do with a bunch of kids and a day job that is incredibly demanding as director of content on Fightful.com. I want to talk about wrestling more at night, even though I already do a morning show. That's not Jeremy's bag. And he's very happy to put that down. But for the magic of Cresta, he was like, I'll come out of post-show retirement. But I think Sean had already lined stuff up before Jeremy offered such a thing. But we'll
Jeremy
make that
and I are eye to eye for a clownery. If there's a clown to be had, because I see that Jeremy commits to the bit, and so do I.
Oh, that post-show would just be nonsense. Like, that would be fantastic.
You wouldn't talk about anything.
Oh my gosh, nothing. You would talk about everything, but nothing on the show. Like, you would talk about what happened on the show and analyze absolutely nothing. And I would be here for it, and it would probably be the most views we've ever done. So,
to quote Cardi B, we all saw the same thing. We saw the same thing. Hey. We saw the same thing. So let's make
Roy says that's the content I want. Enough analysis out here. I love it. I love it so much. Guys, keep those super chats and humper chats coming in. A reminder to subscribe to FightfulSelect.com, the best $5 in the biz. We got debunkathons. We've got all the scoops that are fit to print, but there's also a lot of other features on Fightful Select. It also pays our staff of 40 people, so it is very, very much appreciated. We are largely funded off of it. So it's your support that keeps us in business in the most literal sense. So thank you for those of you who subscribe. We are getting taller, better, faster, stronger. We've got WrestleVotes on board now, which is fantastic. If you didn't catch their scoop shows, they do a great job. It's audio form only. I'll be so transparent, and I try not to be this transparent. When it comes to wrestling news podcasts, I don't really listen to people that aren't us. I know that's bad. I know it's bad, and you should take in a lot of people's different perspectives on wrestling. But like, because Sean will always get, if he's not first to get the scoop, he'll get more context. So I usually just kind of stick in our own little world, and that's probably not the best thing in the world, but it's how I operate. When I listen to this WrestleVote show, I'm like, they're really, really good. They're very intentional with their wording. You're not going to get a lot of fluff. You're not going to get anything misled. They are just fantastic. So I can't put them over enough. They're a huge addition to what they do. They do an excellent job. They operate with Fightful standard of integrity. There's also going to be more stuff coming to Fightful Select. You guys are in the chat loving Jeremy and his nonsense. He's going to be doing a show every month. We don't know what it's about. I don't even think Jeremy knows what it's about, but he agreed to do a show every month like a fool. So there you go. He's going to be on there. And what I'm most excited about, Sean, in 2026 is also introducing a show where he's going to go through matches that he's given a 10 out of 10. He doesn't do star ratings anymore, but if something's a 10 out of 10 match for him, he's going to go through and break those down. He's going to give you context of things that he's learned about those matches since. If you haven't gotten to hear Sean like talk shop, it's really fun to hear him. He's catch wrestling trained. It's very, very fun to hear him break down actual matches. So I personally am looking forward to that because I like hearing Sean talk some pro wrestling in the best way possible. But let's keep working through this episode of SmackDown. Get in those super chats and humper chats. We're about to embark on a pretty hot topic about this Zelina Vega match. But before we get there were celebrities giving John Cena tributes because he's retiring tomorrow. I'm not sure if we covered that at all or if WWE did, but I don't mean to make light of it because, like, he has been that guy for a really, really, really long time on so many different levels. Like, especially a face, but as an in-ring performer, the way he's garnered respect backstage, the way he has been a representative of a wrestling promotion, the difference he's made in actual human lives, which is so much more important than any match. Like, he's been that guy, so he deserves this send off. But I just was like, thanks, Eli Manning. I don't.
Didn't they have both the Manning brothers? They had both of those guys. Didn't
Do they have Peyton in there too? I was kind of just like, yeah, all right.
Only thing that popped me is like, damn, Snoop Dogg, you couldn't put the blunt down to record this video? God damn, 10 seconds? You weren't even in the video for the whole time. You could have just said, you could have took the blunt off to the side, like, hey, John Cena, you my boy, hey, oh, hey. The whole thing just like, nah, hey, John Cena, hey.
Oh my God. That is very funny. I didn't even catch that. Best frog splash in wrestling history, undefeated at WrestleMania, Snoop Dogg. We love him. We love him. How many awards are left for sponsoring? We got a chat from 1LT Photo. There, I believe, are 5 of 27, I want to say, left, which is incredible. We've never even been close to that, so thank you for that. There are some heavy hitters that are still open, though. It's funny, like, we'll typically align people with the categories that are most suited for them. And I was looking at it, I was like, oh, they've left some heavy hitters open. So if you are interested, kate@fightful.com. But we are almost ECW sold out, you know what I mean? Which is a fantastic way. If we do run out of categories, you can sponsor the show overall, but we just try to give people exclusivity when we can. But let's keep rocking and rolling. Backstage, we had Nia Jax, Lash Legend, attempting to intimidate Rhea, who is not impressed, and Damian Priest appearing briefly, and then getting a stare down between Rhea and Jade. We also had Zelina backstage, saying Damian Priest is dragging Rhea down with him, and Aleister Black adding that Priest is letting Rhea get pulled into hell. Okay. And we had Michin cutting a promo about Jade bullying the division and Jade ambushing Michin at Gorilla, heading to the ring and cutting a promo warning everyone to know their place. This is just so much her AEW character run back at Silly. Like, the exact same promos, the exact same delivery, which is fine. Like, it works and it's the most authentic that she's felt. But like, for all the bitching that people do about promotion to promotion, they sure did copy and paste her exact presentation, which is good. It's the thing that works for her the most. And I don't care who comes up with stuff. I want to see them do good work. But they should probably stop talking a bunch of crap in the press about them, because when stars come over from AEW, they use their exact presentation quite a bit. So any thoughts on this? I think Michin is a great opponent choice for Jade Cargill. She's such a ring general. She's such a creative counter wrestler that I think she'll be able to make Jade look really, really, really good. So I'm excited for where that's going. Any thoughts on what we got tonight, though, from them?
From the top, Nia Jax, I'm on to you. You're auditioning to be a Disney bully because it's the second week in a row that you went up to someone's like, yeah, we're dangerous. Did you see what we did? Yeah, we'll beat you up. Bit, you're not sneaky. You're not sneaky, and I'm on to you, okay? You're literally the bully from Bring It On. I live. Her and Lash Legend, at this point, just need to smack on the paper. What are you doing, nerd? Do you know who we are? We're the bougie bullies, and we're going to give you a wedgie. That's the only way this could be better is if Nyla Rose somehow joined them.
I'll see you at the 7-Eleven with my cigarette and my leather jacket after school. 4 p.m.
Better not be at WrestleMania, because that's our spot. So what makes you think a loser like you can head to WrestleMania? Live for this Disney book. Nia is doing it, and Lash Legend is the friend like in the background. I don't agree with her, but I'm gonna bully you too.
Yeah, but I stand by it.
Live. Now, when it comes to Jade, I said this last week. I'm over it. Well, she can't. I'm over that. I'm over that. Miss Dad was at WrestleMania. You could book her more creatively. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that, bro. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. That also being said, though, much like Goldberg, you can't be that tough. And when it's come time to be tough, it's not tough time. It's not tough time. They're not even, I blame creative on this 1000%. And my reasoning for that is, again, going back to the Ms. Dad analogy, she has a body of a goddess. Everything is, the presentation
You're
is
saying
great.
the Mrs. Dad has the body of a goddess? Is that what I'm hearing?
Listen. There's a joke in there about being a father lover, but far be it from me to say it. The point I'm trying to make is that there are ways you can book people like this. You've done it with Great Khali. You've done it with Goldberg. You've done it with other people. So what is the problem here? What is the problem here? What is the problem here? You have your champion bullying very respectfully B-Fab, who's got maybe 10 matches under her belt. Stop it. Stop it. That doesn't make you look strong. That makes you look like a bully, derogatory. Like that's yo, I don't know. I blame booking. There is a way to book her where she still looks strong if you think she can't go. And if she can't go, whose fault is that, WWE? She banned long enough. Whose fault is that? All right, go back to the drawing board, have her just kick people in the face and call it a day and say, if you want me to wrestle, you got to pay me. Give her Little Kim. Little Kim's running 2005. I don't like you girls. But if you pay me, I'll show up to work. But until you pay me, I'm not showing up. I dislike the booking of Jade because she should be booked a lot better. And again, I don't want to hear, well, she can't go. I don't care. I know plenty of men who can't go who are still gainfully employed. So let's not move the goalpost for a woman. All right. Okay. So that's my biggest complaint because Michin, unfortunately, I've seen how Michin gives it up in the ring. Yeah, that's like, oh, wait, oh, no.
You know what? There's a couple, I love listening to wrestler interviews when they give insight, but don't necessarily give away secrets of the business. And here's a good example of that. Samoa Joe said in an interview, I wish I could remember who it was with because I referenced it a few times now. But he said, I don't like doing a lot of face-to-faces because if I'm not just going to beat you up, like, what am I waiting for, basically? Yeah. Like, if we're face-to-face, why aren't I hitting you right then? So he doesn't like to do a lot of, like, stand in the ring and talk at each other. And Jade, mostly when she's in the ring, will pump kick you and kick your ass. So I can appreciate that. But, like, I think if there was more of that mentality with her, instead of, like, because we see her in the ring doing something for 90 seconds a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We get a lot of those. And I think if there was, like, I think you need to be more creative when you have someone that is who she is. Like,
because her promos
to the
are
highest
good.
extent of the law. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the way she looks and the way she talks is incredibly intimidating. But the way you're booking her, again, if I'm a fan, you're booking her like she can't wrestle. And I don't want to hear that because
yes.
I will always go back to Ms. Dad. Travis Scott. So stop playing with me. You guys you're doing this on purpose. Great Khali. You're doing this on purpose. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Don't make me come in there with my belt, WWE creators, about we're gonna figure it out. Okay?
Cresta making threats, and they're not going to get any nicer because we're about to talk about this next match with Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley versus Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. This was just unfortunate. It seemed like there were a lot of communication issues. There was one really scary spot in there. Commentary tried really hard to kind of smooth over some of this, but unfortunately, it was just not very good outing for Zelina. And listen, everyone's got a bad day at work. I'm not one of those people that loves to be like, botch, you suck, your career's over. Like, I hate that mentality so much. Zelina doesn't get a ton of in-ring TV reps either. And I feel like consistency is something that helps people in a lot of those situations. It's unfortunate that was the case tonight because it was consistently not great throughout the match. And I wish we were talking about it in a different way. You had Rhea and Damian Priest winning, so that helps in situations like this. Like the team that was on the kind of cleaner side of things won, so that always helps. I hate it when someone has an off night because they're gonna see a bunch of bullshit on the internet about how they suck, and they don't. There's going to be a bunch of idiots on the internet who say a bunch of dumb shit that have never had a rep in their life and probably leave their parents' basement once a month. So I just hate that that's the outcome because it shouldn't be a big deal. But I think Damian and Rhea getting to reunite is cool. Like I'm glad that they followed through on that because that was special. This Damian Priest and Aleister Black shit has gone on way too long. And they had a last man standing match like 2 months ago at this point, which is supposed to determine the winner of the feud. So I will turn the floor to you, Cresta. If you want to tell us that Zelina Vega has never done anything wrong, the floor is yours. Feel free.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Let me be clear here. This is a Zelina Vega stand account. This person that you see before you will always support Zelina Vega's rights and Zelina Vega's wrongs. All right. Mm-hmm. 2 women dropped each other that night tonight. It wasn't just one person. Okay. All right. So let's be clear here. Second of all, wrestling is hard. That's a lot of breath. That's a lot of movement. Okay. Third of all, if you can't do what a wrestler does, maybe shut the fuck up. All right. All right. So that being said, I'm about to yell at y'all. All right. Everyone has problems. People have bad nights. And this is not even the worst match I have ever seen. If anything, I choose to believe that this makes it more believable. I hate you so much. I wanted you dead. D-E-D, dead. Your man is messing with my husband, and I stand by my man, okay? Get up out of here, demon woman. I didn't forgive you what you did to me in Puerto Rico. I didn't forgive you what you've done to me in the Judgment Day. You're not a nice girl. That being said, my husband even shouldn't be fighting this stupid guy. That's not even your man, okay? Why don't you bring your husband, wherever he is, to come fight my husband instead of you worried about whatever Damian got going on over here, okay? So until you guys can go 20 minutes in the ring, pick up Rhea Ripley, who's 9,000 feet tall, and she's 300 pounds, solid muscle, no breaks, all meat, okay? Until you can pick up Rhea Ripley, I don't want to hear crap. Until you can pick up Zelina Vega, have her stretch your arm so you look like stretch arm, I don't want to hear crap. Okay? Until you guys get signed by WWE, I don't want to hear no botchzilla shit, okay? Pick me up. I want you to wrestle me, okay? Leave Zelina alone, okay? And to find out her uncle passed away, rest in peace, that's messed up. Leave this girl alone. Y'all never had a bad day at work. Y'all never wanted to crash out at work on that coworker who you don't like because they messing with your husband. Y'all never wanted to crash out? All right. I'm crashing out on you guys. Not too much on Zelina Vega. Not too much on Zelina Vega. Everybody got bad days, and it'll be giving my girl reps. If they gave my girl reps the way they gave Chelsea Green reps, she'd still be I'm sorry. She'd still be United States champion, okay? She'd still be United States champion. All right? So, watch your mouth. Or maybe if Zelina can't wrestle, why don't you go to wrestling school, get to the WWE, and say, I want to go one-on-one with you. See what happens. That's it. Thank you so much for watching Fightful tonight. My name is Cresta Star.
That concludes our Smackdown post. No, I'm gonna be honest. At first, I was kind of hoping Cresta was gonna go harder than this, but then the volume got turned up. I loved it. Spinal Tap style. These went to 11. I was here for it. That was fantastic. That was everything I wanted for this moment. I also thank you to the chat for always being respectful, by the way. We don't have the shitheads that I was talking about running around our chat, and I love our community for that. So I just want to be abundantly clear. You are not the people that we were talking about. You guys are able to distinguish when actual wrestling isn't at its best versus being fucking weird about it. So thank you to all y'all. But to the rest of you, if you want that Cresta smoke, that's up to you. Okay, you can go to Cresta's YouTube channel and fight with her there because this platform, we can't handle it at Fightful, okay? we wouldn't even dare try. But Cresta, where can people talk to you about Zelina Vega? Because I'm a little intimidated.
I apologize for my outburst, y'all. I just get hot. I just get hot. Listen, I don't like that. I love women's wrestling, and not everything's gonna be the greatest. But when a man does it, it's like, oh no. When a woman does it, not everybody.
AJ Francis for some reason, but he's amazing at playing off of it. So God bless him.
AJ Francis is one of those people, like, even if you're memeing about me, even if you don't like me, one, you're talking about me, and you can't beat me up in real life. So do your big one.
He also just gets it. I interviewed him at WrestleCade, and I was like, he just gets it. This guy just from 2 seconds into speaking to him, he just gets it. So y'all are getting worked hard by AJ Francis on the internet. But
all right, no kittens were harmed, but this cat wants her food. So
all right,
her like that. My name is Cresta Star. Find me on all forms of social media at Cresta Star, except for X, where it's at Cresta the Star. I have Resvestigations, where I internet restivate wrestling's mysteries that nobody asked for. The next one that's coming out is called Schrodinger's Wrestler, The Curious Case of One Jonathan Cena. So I want you guys to tune into that one. Social media, again, Cresta Star. I love you all. I'm hot. I'm sweaty. You could have been anywhere on the internet, but you were here with us. So I appreciate you.
We do appreciate you. You can follow me at Miss Kate Fabe. I will be back to my own content now that my lungs are back on track in the beginning of 2026. So looking forward to that. I'm also here at Fightful and Fightful Select a whole bunch. So thanks for hanging out. This weekend, Sean Ross App has your Saturday night's main event review here on the Fightful YouTube channel. On Fightful Select, me and Alex Pulowski are going to be back there. Cresta and Riccacino and possibly Iridian are going to have your Collision review at an all early start time tomorrow. So we are locked and loaded this weekend here at Fightful. Please do leave a thumbs up on your way out. Please do subscribe to this YouTube channel on your way out. We appreciate your support. We hope you have a safe and wonderful wrestling weekend and holiday. We will see you for John Cena's last match, which is weird to say out loud tomorrow. Have a safe and wonderful wrestling weekend. We'll catch you on the next one.